Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. At first, I'm really very sorry that it took me ages before I filmed this video, but actually I feel really bad because a lot of you are sending me messages to really make this video. So without further ado, here it is. Here are my top tips in changing lanes. Yes, so I finally decided to do my changing lane tips. But before we go ahead and jump into the tips, I wanted just to make a disclaimer, a very short disclaimer. I'm not a professional. For all the driving tips and all the videos that I put up regarding driving in Dubai is purely based on my experience. If you have any doubts or anything, make sure you do ask your instructor because that's the only thing that can help you out. So yeah, let's jump into the tips of changing lanes. So I've been driving for quite some time now, and really I'm always on the highway. Changing lane is actually one of the most challenging parts of driving. Actually, it is more challenging if you're out in the road and out on the highway, most likely on the highway, because the cars on the highway are really fast, and there are some things that probably you might consider before changing lanes. So first things first, make sure that you put your signal before changing lanes, because I think Dubai RTA already has put a fine if you're not putting your signal. So yeah, that's number one. Make sure that you align your mirrors, fix your mirrors. Make sure that your side mirror or your rear mirror is fixed into your eyesight, that it's covering everything that you need to see. I'm pretty sure that some cars, I've driven Ford before, and their mirror, actually I felt it doesn't show the real distance of the car. So there are some cars that are quite tricky. So if that happens to you, make a search on YouTube. I'm sure there are a lot of helpful videos how you can fix your mirrors in certain cars. Okay, I have a Honda Accord and my mirrors are just fine. It's not like a concave mirror, so I can perfectly fix them to suit my eyesight. Okay, plan ahead. For example, if you're driving on a slow lane and you wanted to change into the fast lane or something like that, remember that changing lanes, it's better and it's safer actually to change lanes one at a time. So don't change lanes like from one shot go to the fastest lane, because that's really dangerous. Maybe if you're a professional driver already, or you've been driving for quite some time and you've gained enough experience and you've gained enough courage, it's a lot easier for you to do that. But safety wise, personally prefer to do changing lanes one at a time. So planning ahead means that, let's say for example, if you know that you're gonna be needing to take the next exit, make sure you change lanes slowly already, and bear in your mind the road conditions. Like for example, if it's traffic, if it's if the cars are running so fast, so give ample time to change lane. That's what planning ahead means. So if you're near to your exit, let's say 1 kilometer, you're near to your exit, make sure you change your lane slowly. Okay, all right. So if you're driving and you plan to change lane, do a constant rear mirror check. Actually, my husband told me about this. I don't normally check the rear mirror here in the middle, only when I have to change lane. He told me that it's better if you make it a habit to, look at all your mirrors, just glance. You don't have to take a lot of time to look at it, but just glance over it once in a while you're driving. He actually explained to me that looking at your mirrors gives you like an awareness. Where are the cars? For example, if I check my rear mirror, I can see the cars behind me. And then if I check my right side mirror, it either that car behavior changed lane or passed through me. You'll have an idea the behaviors of the car, and that gives you actually an ample time and a safe time to change lanes. You'll be able to plan ahead if you can change lane, because you know that in your head this car was right behind me and I saw him that he changed lane, so he must be on my blind spot already, something like that. So it's really important that you check all the mirrors every time. In the beginning, I don't usually do that because I concentrate most of the time in my front, in the road where I'm driving at. But Then again, when you're driving, you have to be very aware of your surroundings, and that really helps you, create more awareness about the cars surrounding you, okay? I remember that when I was doing the assessment, the instructor asked me to change lane, and I failed in the first time because he told me that I was actually not accelerating. So for example, if there is a car in front of you, I think the number one golden rule is to analyze the road condition. If it's a slow moving traffic, if it's a fast moving traffic, I think it's best that if there is a car in front of you, I'm pretty sure that changing lane would be a little bit difficult. For example, during your RTA test and the RTA officer asks you to change lane, just do these things. Make sure that you first put your signal, okay, and then check the mirrors. It's actually 1, 2, 3, and make sure that you do a shoulder check. That is really, really, really important. A lot of students fail because they don't check the blind spot. Checking the blind spot is very important. Sometimes, the cars will just pass right at you and you wouldn't really know. So for me, if I change lane, I normally check all the mirrors, and let's say if I'm changing lane to the right, I do check over my shoulder. That is your blind spot. Make sure you glance very quickly over your shoulder, so then you see if there are cars in your blind spot or no. I believe the RTA officers are also looking at that specifically. If you've watched my other videos, I've mentioned a lot of times that they are very, very strict about checking your mirrors and doing the shoulder check. And I always remind you that whatever you're gonna do, just do it. It wouldn't fail you if you overdo it, but it would fail you if you don't do it. So just make it a habit to always check your shoulder or do a shoulder check, okay? Change only when it's safe. So why I said that, a lot of students fail changing lanes because it's not yet safe. Safe means what? Safe means there are no cars on your blind spot, and that you are not going to bump anybody in front, and that the road is clear. Best case scenario is that change lane when there are no cars, but normally it doesn't happen during assessment or during your RTA test. But just make sure it's safe, then change lane. Don't rush. If you think it's not safe, don't change lane. Otherwise, I think that's going to be an automatic fail if you change lane and it's not safe, okay? Or worse, you can get into an accident. So just make sure it's safe before you change lane. Always keep a safe distance. So what I mentioned about traffic conditions, make sure you do keep a safe distance with any car in front of you. Why? Because if you're planning to change lane, for example on the traffic, okay, let's say you're stuck in traffic and you wanted to change lane because the right lane is moving. If you are very near to the car in front of you, there is no space for you to change, to move your car and change it to the other lane. So just make sure you do keep a safe distance with the car in front of you, whether you are moving or not moving, because that really gives you advantage when you wanted to change lane, okay? Plus, it's more safe, okay? And my last tip for changing lanes is, I think I did learn this while driving, not really from the school. Don't be in someone else's blind spot. What does that mean? So for example, if you're driving on a highway or whatever, and if there is a car on your right or on your left side, make sure that you don't you don't do this while they are moving. Either you go faster or you go slower, so you'll not be in their blind spot. Why I said that, because if you're wanting to change lane, sometimes it confuses you, or it will surprise you that there is a car on your right side. So make sure if you're driving outside, just don't do this, be in someone else's blind spot, because it's really risky if you wanted to change lane or something happened and it's actually annoying and it's moving. Most of the time I feel confused, especially if you're driving on a fast speed, more than 80 kph, and then there will be a car beside you. One of the things that I'm afraid at is actually touching him if I wiggle my wheel or anything. So just on the safe side, don't be in someone else's blind spot, okay? So I think that wraps it up, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to write it in the comment section down below. I'm really sorry that it took me ages to film this video. I'll try to catch up in the next few days. I think I still have the RTA final road test video that I wanted to upload and to make. And please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do subscribe to my channel. I know my channel is actually should be mom related, but I feel that a lot of people need help, or a lot of people wanted to know how to do the driving license in Dubai. I'm really happy from all your comments, and you know, it really makes me so fulfilled that you guys, I mean, I'm helping you out. And it's really overwhelming, the comments that I'm getting on my videos, and really I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to my channel and for supporting us. And yes, if you have other suggestions or other videos that you want me to make, leave them in the comment section as well down below. I'll try to make it. I promise I'll try to make time for it, but just it has been a crazy months and days and weeks for me. And yeah, I really didn't have the chance to film. I lost my job sometime in March, and I had to find job very soon, and just I started a new job in May. So I'm really swamped with a lot of things, but I hope this video helped you out. And yes, I think that's just about it. You have a good day. Bye.